Oh, good morning, Miss Anne.
Good morning, Mrs. Musgrove. Good morning, Mum.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Morning.
Mary and Henrietta will be back in a moment. Do sit down, my dear. They'll only be a moment.
I'll write that letter now, Father.
Well, ma'am, then Mr. Musgrove and my brother Hayter met again to talk it all over, you see, and the young people would not be denied.
Well, I can understand that. After all, Mr. Hayter isn't so very young, is he?
Oh, they were quite wild about it, you know, and we thought it'd be better than a long engagement.
That's just what I was going to say. It's good for young people to have to struggle a little together on a small income. Much better than a long engagement.
Oh, my dear Mrs. Croft, there is nothing I abominate more than a long engagement.
Look at this, Miss Elliot.
What is it?
A portrait. Do you know who that is?
It's Captain Benwick.
Right, so you can guess who it's for.
Louisa?
Naturally. But it wasn't done for her.
Oh?
No, Benwick met some clever young German at the Cape. Sat to him for my poor sister. She wanted a picture of him, you see.
Oh, yes, of course.
Do you know what he wants me to do now? Get it set properly for Louisa.
I'm really rather shocked that he should be so insensitive.
Yes, well, I'm not sorry to hand the task over to someone else, I can tell you. Wentworth's writing about it now.
Oh, I see.
Poor Fanny. She wouldn't have forgotten him so soon.
No, I can well believe that.
No, it wasn't in her nature. She doted on him, you know.
It wouldn't be in the nature of any woman who truly loved.
Do you claim so much for your sex?
Oh, certainly. We don't forget men as soon as you forget us. We can't help ourselves. We live at home, quiet and confined. We have so much time to let our feelings prey on us.
Do you imagine men's feelings don't prey on them?
Ah, but men are always doing things. You have your professions and occupations. There's always some business or other to take you back again into the world at once. No, your feelings aren't as strong as ours.
Well, I believe the opposite. I believe there's a real correspondence between our minds and our bodies. Just as men have stronger bodies than women, so they have stronger feelings, too.
Ah, then if our bodies are weaker, you must grant that our feelings are tenderer. They're more susceptible.
Perhaps.
No, there's no question about it. You don't know what it is to feel like a woman, and it would be too much for you if you did.
Too much?
Oh, yes. Men have so many physical difficulties to struggle with in their lives. If they had to struggle, as we do, with feelings as well, it would be too much altogether.
Well, we shall never agree, Oh, have you finished that letter, Wentworth?
Not quite. Just a few lines more. I shall be done in 5 minutes.
Well, there's no hurry on my side. I'm in very good anchorage here. We shall never agree, I'm afraid.
Perhaps no man or woman ever could.
Let me at least try to persuade you. All history's against you, you know. And all literature. Prose and verse.
No proofs from literature. Men have always had every advantage in giving their side of the story.
Oh, now, why do you say that?
Because it's true. Men have always had a much better education than women. Their hand has held the pen, not ours. No, I won't allow you any proof from books.
Well, then where shall we find proof?
Nowhere.
I do believe you're trying to get out of it.
Oh, no. Women lead quiet lives. Their knowledge is drawn from their observation of their own little circle. If I were to give you my proof, I would be betraying confidences.
Ah, yes, I see. Well, if you put it like that, of course.
We must simply agree to differ.
Very well, but if I only could make you understand how a man suffers when he takes his last look at his wife and children, when he watches the boat that he sent them away in for as long as he can still see it, and then when he turns away and says, God knows whether we shall ever meet again.
Oh, I think I do understand. The only privilege I claim for my own sex, and it's not a very enviable one, you needn't covet it, is that of loving longest, when life or hope are gone.
You're a good soul. I shan't quarrel with you. And when I think of Benwick, well, my tongue is tied.
Well, Frederick, you and I part company here, I think.
What? What?
Well, I'm going home, and you have an engagement with your friend.
Oh, yes. Yes, we separate here.
We shall all meet again at your party, Miss Elliot. We had your sister's card yesterday.
I'm so glad you are coming.
And Frederick's coming too, I think, aren't you, Frederick?
Yes, very true. What, are you going?
Haven't you heard a word I've said?
Well, Harville and I will soon be after you. That is, if you're ready, Harville. Yes. I'll only be half a minute. I know you want to be off. I shall only be half a minute.
Goodbye, Mrs. Musgrove. Goodbye.
Well, Miss Elliot, I shall try to persuade you some more this evening.
Oh, I think I was only saying that perhaps Captain Benwick does not have a mind to affliction.
Ah, perhaps so. Perhaps so.
Let's go, Harville.
Well, very well. Well, goodbye, Miss Elliot. Mrs. Musgrove?
Sir?
And God bless you.
I beg your pardon, ma'am. I forgot my gloves.
By all means, by all means. I don't know where Mary and Henrietta can be, my dear.
It's all right, Mum. I'll just wait here by the...
That's right. Amuse yourself, my dear.
I can listen in silence no longer. I must speak to you as I can. You pierce my soul. I'm half agony, half hope. Don't tell me I'm too late, that such precious feelings have gone forever.
Too late.
I offer myself to you again with a heart which is even more your own than when you almost broke it 8.5 years ago. Never say that men forget sooner than women, that their love is the first to die. I have never loved anyone but you. I may have been unjust, I may have been weak and resentful, but never inconstant. I only came to Bath because of you. I think and plan only for you. Have you not seen this? Can you fail to understand what I want? I would not have waited even these last 10 days to speak if I only could have guessed your feelings, as I'm sure you have guessed mine.
I will only be a moment, my dear. I must just go and post this. Well, well. Bless me.
Oh, I can hardly write. Every moment you say something which overwhelms me. Your voice sinks, but I can hear every syllable when others cannot. Oh, you are too good, too excellent. You do us justice indeed. You do believe there is true love and true constancy among men. Believe them to be most fervent, most undeviating in Frederick Wentworth. I must go, uncertain of my fate, but I shall come back here or follow you as soon as possible. A word, a look will be enough to decide whether I enter your father's house this evening or never.
Oh, Frederick. Frederick, Frederick. Oh.
Oh, here they are at last, Miss Anne. You can put your book away now.
Oh, come with us, Anne. We've had such a good time.
For shopping. That's all women ever think about.
Oh, Charles, be quiet. Oh, aren't the new fashions beautiful, Anne? I'm going to wear nothing but long sleeves for the evening from now on.
Long sleeves?
Yes, and short petticoats. Coloured and with braces. Oh, I had no idea of the fashions living at Uppercross.
And a good thing, too, I should say. I pity my poor cousin if he's going to have to keep you in coloured petticoats all his life.
With braces. Do you like the new short waist, Anne? I'm not sure that I do, really.
The what?
Aren't you feeling well?
No, Henrietta.
You look rather ill, Anne.
Oh, my poor Miss Anne.
Oh, it's nothing, Mum. It'll soon pass.
Oh, would you like to lie down here for a minute?
I think I'd better go home.
Oh, by all means, my dear, go home at once and take care of yourself, or you won't be well enough for the party tonight.
Oh, yes, you must be all right for that.
Charles, ring and order a chair. Miss Anne must not walk.
Oh, no, Mum, I'd rather walk. It's what I need.
But you may catch cold.
No, my head, I want to clear it. Fresh air is what I want.
You haven't fallen down recently. You haven't slipped and bumped your head.
No, nothing like that.
Oh, good. Then I expect you'll be all right again by this evening.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Musgrove.
We're all looking forward to it so much.
Charles!
I'm afraid, Mum, I hope it is perfectly understood that...
That what, my dear?
You will tell the other gentlemen that we are expecting them this evening, too. I'm so afraid there might have been some mistake.
Oh, I don't think so.
We are expecting Captain Wentworth as well as Captain Harville.
Oh, Captain Harville has every intention of coming, I assure
Oh,
you.
do you think so? I'm afraid I should be so sorry if... You will mention it to him when you see them again, won't you? You will see them again, I'm sure. Do please promise me.
Oh, to be sure, my dear. Charles, if you see Captain Harville anywhere, remember to give him Miss Anne's message.
Of course, Mamma.
There's no need to be uneasy, my dear. Captain Harville considers himself quite engaged. I'll answer for it.
But Captain Wentworth...
Oh, and Captain Wentworth, too, I dare say.
Yes, yes, Anne. They'll both be there. Now, let me take you home.
Oh, no, thank you, Charles. I shall be quite all right by myself.
Don't be so foolish. Of course I shall take you.